Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to use this day 21, March 21st from Devra Alder Hunt from Christie's Beautiful Life, 31 Days of Sketches. And so I'm going to scrapbook these 3 pictures of my kids from a couple years ago. We were at the mall and they had this art show in the mall, so my youngest really wanted to take a photo shoot while we're there. And then I've got purple cardstock and some white, and I'm going to use this Echo Park 6x6 paper pad for some of my papers. So I'm just going to look through here. I really like this rainbow one, so it's going to get used. And I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. And I like this one because it was spring, summer, and I like these glasses because they're fun. And the scale of the print is all very similar. So I'm looking at, these are the 3 pictures. They don't go in this order, but and then I'm just going to organize which ones I kind of want with each. So the rainbows with that blue, there's a little bit more purple in those sunglasses, and there's a little more pink in the lollipops, so the popsicles. So I'm going to work on it that way. So first thing I'm going to do is some mixed media. So you can see some of my mixed media container beside. I am not going to cut it down to start with. And so I first start off and I make a mess. So I'm going to use this. I was going to use the Tim Holtz one, but then I decided to use this Heidi Spop one. And I'm going to use the hearts, the stars, and the bubbles. So to start with the hearts, and I have this Vibes that I'm going to use because it matches that blue color a little bit. Oh, and just bringing that in to look at the colors of it. So I'm going to use this Vibes. And I had a massive fail there because I was going to just try and paint it in through, and I didn't know if this was going to work, but I tried it and I left it in so you could see. Massive fail. So some of the hearts are okay, and then I thought, well, maybe if I just like I didn't like the splatter. So I just turned it over and I got my modeling paste and I'm just going to mix it together. So now I've got my modeling paste and my Vibes all mixed together in a color that I like, and I'm just going to smush it through. And I like that way more. It's got a bit of a shine to it and it's good. And then my middle one is going to be, I'm just taking a wet wipe for some of the extra, which is kind of funny because it's just going to get covered up anyway. Just going to wipe down with the wet wipe, and then I'm going to do the middle one with stars, and I'm going to do the stars in this BoBunny glitter paste. So I was thinking of using a Shimmers, but BoBunny glitter paste. And I'll show you up close for a second too, but and it is old as old can be. I don't even remember when I bought this, but I hadn't even opened it yet, which is kind of funny. But it is very, very glittery. So I'm just smushing it through, wiping my palette knife off. Oh, there's BoBunny. And then my last one I'm going to do is going to be in pink. So there's my purple matching, my pink matching that background. And I'm going to use my Nuvo drops in this really, really hot pink. And I went to try and use it the first time. I cut a little bit of footage out and it had clumped up at the, right up at the top. So I don't know what was going on with that. But so I'm just going to smear it through it. I should have just put it on my stencil and smeared it there. I didn't. I get smarter this when I do the bottom half of it. But smush, smush. And it goes. Just trying to stay away from the hearts because I didn't want the pink hearts, which is kind of funny. And then just going to line it up, put some more on, smush it through. I just needed a little bit more because some of that will smush through okay on the stencil anyway. And now I have my 3 columns of color that I wanted, and I'm just gonna extend this pink over a little bit because there's a little more white space in between than I wanted. I added some more blue and some more purple, but I cut that out because it gets a little boring. And then I'm putting on these Nuvo, um, it's like a glimmer mist, but with Nuvo, and it's purple color. And then I'm going to put some Vive sprinkles on the blue part, and then I'm going to put Nuvo in the rose gold on the other side, but I was wondering about some of the other ones, so I thought maybe the Heidi swap, but nope. And so decided the Nuvo. I do have some Tattered Angel stuff still too, so which is super super old, but the spray nozzles don't work, but they work really well for um, sprinkling. And so this one's in charcoal for the Glimmer Mist Tattered Angels because it just needed something else. So I'm going to add that with some dark splatters. And I'm going to put this aside and it's going to dry. And so what I decided to do with the pieces of paper is I cropped my pictures all a little bit differently on this one. And so I made these papers match the thickness of my pictures. And then I decided to roll these tops. I just had some glue ooze out, and which I liked. And this one I tried rolling. I didn't really like the orange red against the purple, and I tried a couple things, and eventually you'll see at the end that I don't have any roll on it, but I try a couple things, but I cut most of that out because most of it I try off the camera. And so I do roll the um, rainbow one because this blue matches that vibes pretty good. Not perfect, but it's all along the same color tone. And so just wait there for a second, slide my pen out, and then I am going to add a piece of washi tape that's not very sticky to keep them from unrolling while the glue sets, because the glue didn't really want to set. This is the tacky glue. It used to be called tacky glue. It's, I don't know. Anyways, the Scotch white tacky glue, or the other name it goes by now. And so it takes a minute to stick, and when it finally sticks, it sticks well. But so the blue one goes on that one. My mixed media is still drying, so I'm just getting all of this situated up, and I wanted these to span a little longer than the 6 inches they actually are, and so I'm just attaching a little piece to the top and a little piece to the bottom, and I'll do that for all of them. Here I come in with the washi and a little bit of tape to make sure it stays. Top washi on the back of this too, but that top corner gets washi on the roll as well. Muck about, muck about. There we go. Like I said, right there. And then I'm just going to tape this on here about where I want it to be, and then do that with the other ones as well. And I did lose some footage in this. My camera ran out of memory space and I didn't realize it, so we will do some of this. So this is what this is going to look like on that mixed media, and we'll get the rest of these set up. So I'm just going to cut these in half just with my scissors because it's not a big deal. They're the same width anyway. And so this is the end one. This one's still unrolling as well, so I'm going to just pack There we go, tape. Washi tape does amazing things. This washi tape isn't very sticky either, so, and it's not my favorite for patterns, so I just use it for backing and all sorts of, like if I just need a little piece to hold something in place while it dries. So, and then here comes this little piece. I decided the sketch has them a little bit more staggered, and I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted them in like kind of like a triangle shape across the page or a little bit longer. I do change it up here after like when my camera stops recording, but I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. But I am so slicing this one, doing this here. You can see that purple cardstock. I rolled it to see what it would look like. I didn't like it. It was too plain. There wasn't really anything in the paper pack that had that purple in it that I really liked. So here I'm thinking we'll line the bottoms up, and then I am going to change where the picture with the blue background is, so the pictures all line up a little bit more on the bottom so that it's not really wonky. And so you can see I tried the roll of the same paper too. I don't really like that either. I don't know why. I was just being, it would have been fine, but I didn't. So I wasn't sure if, like, I even taped it down here. So then I bring in my mixed media background, just double checking that those Nuvo drops are dry. Those ones were the ones that took the longest. Just aligning my column of pattern paper and picture with the column of mixed media that they belong to. And in a second here, we have a couple minutes, not even, of footage left because it disappeared. And, well, it didn't disappear, it didn't record because my memory ran out. But so here I'm just taking the splatters that I had before and pulling them all the way across. I am going to do that with all three of those that I did at the beginning for those sprays. I am going to crop down my mixed media background. It's going to get adhered to that purple cardstock with just a sliver of it. And I'm going to add it to a piece of polka dot patterned paper from my stash. So I like that more too. There just wasn't enough oomph for the around this piece of paper. And then for the embellishment, I use the sticker sheet that goes along with this Echo Park line and a little bit of the chipboard. So we can see that here, mostly the sticker sheet. The title ended up being Life is Art, Live Yours in Color with 3 different alphas because that's what the name of the show was at the ball. So here's some close-ups so you can see some of the little bits and pieces that came. That oh so sweet banner piece I cut out from one of those 6x6 pieces of paper. You can see I replaced that curly bit of the glasses with the rainbow sticker. There is some chipboard there and stickers. Just a couple more close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give me that thumbs up, and there's a couple more videos here on your screen. Have a good day.